Hey there! Welcome to my very first video on YouTube ever. So, no, that's actually not. I have one. We'll do it for a challenge later on, but I have one on the internet somewhere that I posted in like 2008, but they had files problems that you could only put up so long, and I don't know. I was in Iraq and I had some problems uploading, so I didn't pursue a YouTube career or whatever. But we're going to change that a little bit. I'm going to make some videos, and I hope that you guys like them. Today's might be a little bit boring for y'all, except for maybe some older folks, some people like me. I'm 53 years old. I just became a grandpa last month, so I'm an older guy. This might be geared for you. If you're in the transportation industry, truck driving, I know quite a bit about transportation. I was a truck driver and a safety coordinator. But we're going to start off. I want to show you about Geoguessr. It's really fun. It's a really fun program that I've played around on the internet, and I hope that you learn how to do it and have some fun. So follow along with me, and we'll get going. When you go to the Geoguessr website, if you look up here in the address bar, you'll see that I'm at geoguessr.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. I want you to come along with me. I'm going to show you how to use it. If you've never been onto Google Street Maps, I'll help you out because you're semi-new. But if you use Google Street Maps, you'll be really familiar with the controls. But let's get going. We're going to do a single player mission. Single player, we're going to explore our world. We're going to go somewhere in the world and we're going to try to figure out where we are. And that's what the fun thing is, especially if you're into geography, which I really like geography. And maybe a little bit of detective work. You're going to do a little bit of detective work and you get to know your world. I mean, if you live in the U.S., I know a lot of people in the U.S., they're really narrow. They live in this type of world. Until you've traveled around the world and seen the different areas to go to, you'll see that it's an interesting place. It's an interesting world that we live in. So let's go explore the world. Let's explore the world. I hit a single player mode. Single player. All right. So what it's doing is it's going to put you somewhere in Google Maps Street View, somewhere that the Google car has been to. Okay, if you look at the shadow, you'll see that this is the Google car. All right, Google car travels around and it films places. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out where we are. Where did they put me? I mean, sometimes it's really difficult because they put you in a rural area and you got to travel on this road a long ways to try to figure out where you are. The way you're going to maneuver around it is you click and drag and you can pan left or right. Click the hold and you can pan left and right to see where you are. Okay, I know some of you that've been on Google Street View, you know how to do that already. Now to go forward on like down the street or wherever, you just click to where you want to go to, right? I wanted to go right there. Oh, now you're going to look for clues. There's a sign right there. I'm using my mouse wheel and I'm zooming in, and it tells me I'm 172 miles from Seattle. So I know I'm in the U.S. maybe, unless I'm up in, I'm in U.S. So probably Washington or Oregon, 172 miles away from Seattle. Now, Quincy and Wenatchee, I don't know where those are in the state of Washington or Oregon, but I pretty much know where Seattle is because I just went on a cruise. So, so we're going to try to figure out where we are, and then we're going to take a guess. But because we're in Seattle, near 172 miles from Seattle, let's go ahead and figure out. We'll take a wild guess and say that we're south of Seattle. Okay, you're going to move around. What you do is you click and you move around to figure out and try to get as close as possible to where you are. Okay, so we're going to zoom in. See this little map over here that popped up in the right? We're gonna move it around. We click and drag. You can move the map around, and then you mouse wheel in, and you can zoom in, mouse wheel forward to zoom in, mouse wheel back to zoom out. You're going to zoom in to about where you are. Okay, we're somewhere around Seattle. So we're 172 miles from Seattle. Now, it said Quincy or some other little town, I forgot what it was. But we're going to figure about 172 miles from Seattle. Okay, so let's just take a wild guess, and I'll show you how to make a guess. So we're going to say we're on a little rural road. So let's just say that we are over here. Okay? Let's say we're on Highway 2, and we're going to guess that we are 172 miles. I don't know, I don't see a scale on here. So we're going to just say that we are, oh wait, there's Wenatchee. Okay, I forgot how many miles it said from Wenatchee. So let's, and there's Quincy. So let's say we are right here. All right, let's say we're going to take a guess and we're right there. What we're going to do is we're going to make a guess. Now this one was pretty easy. You don't normally get a sign like that that shows you, hey, there you are. So let's go ahead and make a guess and see how we did. Make a guess. Now, because I'm not logged in, it's going to have this little thing up. So we'll just skip that ad and see where we are. Okay. So I'm 6.6 miles from the correct location where that was. Now, if I would have zoomed in a little bit further, I might have came into this little town of Ephrata, or however you say it, Ephrata, whatever. But that's not bad. 6.6 miles from the correct location. I got lucky because of the sign, the street sign. But you're not always going to get lucky, and it's going to be kind of frustrating. But it's a lot of fun. Okay, so you kind of got the gist of it. Let's go ahead and play the next round. All right, we're in a hilly country. Looks kind of rocky, like some rocks. Here's some people, and this looks like some kind of park, some kind of trail. I don't think that says Appalachian Trail. There's a deer sign. Now, when you zoom in, it's not always going to be clear. Sometimes it's kind of blurry. So what I'm doing is I'm clicking and I'm dragging and I'm moving around. You can look up. It's around noontime. There's a little park over here. Let's see if we can get into that park. Click down here or see anything in that park. Ooh, what is that? Okay. Umzivubu. Inzivubu Retreat Guest House. Turn left at the side. So we're near the Umzivubu Retreat Guest House. It's in English. And what else we got? What other kind of clues we got? Jet skier, pontoon boat, African. Okay, we might be somewhere in Africa. Okay. Only reason I'm saying Africa is there seem to be a lot of African-looking folks. And because of that name on that sign, Zimbabwe, all right? Some kind of state, some kind of park. All right, so let's look around a little more. Some of the older cars, they look like they're in the 70s. So could be lower income country. They got a KFC. So we might be in Africa, but we might be in a big major western town. So I think our best tourism information. So this is some kind of tourist place. Maybe we're in Kenya. That's just wild guess. I've never been to Kenya before. But let's see what we got. So here's some signs. So what you're going to do is you're looking for clues. You see these signs? I'm going to zoom in, see if I can see anything. Name killed key accommodation. All right. There's a cell phone. A lot of English stuff. Advertised space. Port Johns. All right. Let's say for the sake of it, because South Africa was taken over or was ran by the British for quite a while. Let's say we're in South America. So let's go, I'm not gonna get into traffic and fight my way through. We're gonna go Africa, we're gonna go down to South Africa. Let's go somewhere between Port Elizabeth and Cape Town. I don't see that park anywhere. I'm just gonna guess we're between Port Elizabeth and Cape Town. Just a wild guess. And we're going to make the guess and see how we did. 505 miles. See, that wasn't too bad. I didn't do too bad. Right? So 505 miles. I knew I was in Africa. Just a lucky guess. So, but what was I saying? I said Kenya. If I would have guessed Kenya, it would have been a lot more miles. Right? So let's go ahead and do one more round, or let's do a couple more rounds just for argument's sake. And I'll tell you what I got to come up. I'm going to come up with another video because I played this before. I'm going to come up with another video and show you of something that I discovered in Arizona. It was kind of interesting, but we'll get to that video later. Now, looks like they put me. We're going to look at that sign in a minute. Looks like they put me in a rural area. There's a sign there, and there's some signs down there. Let's just move down a ways and see if we can read this sign. So we click here, turn, click, drag, OSE. Oh yeah, that helps quite a bit. OSE, over Sierra, Europe. What is this? Laguna del Sas. Yeah, that sounds like something to eat. Lucina, Laguna del Sas. All right. This might be some kind of government place that I'm not supposed to be at. Hopefully the NSA aren't after me. No. I don't know what that is. OSE. You know what? I'm kind of wondering, well, this is the right side of the road, and the signs are on the right. We're probably on the right side of the road. It's hard to tell which way to go. Do I go that way, or do I go that way? That way looks more rural. Well, let's go downhill and see if we can find a town or something down the road. Now, one of the wonderful things about this program, this playing this game, is as you're walking around or as you're clicking around on the Street View maps, you're going to come across some animals or whatever, as goats crossing the road. It's actually pretty fun if you're into that kind of thing. But us older folks, you know, if you're a younger guy and you're watching video games and people doing commentary on video games, this is probably really boring for you. But us older folks, especially people that I know, my age, that are into driving and stuff, and truck driving, and geography, and traveled the world and stuff like that, had life experiences. They might be interested in this. So what we're going to do is look around at the terrain. That can give us some clues too. Okay. All we saw was that OSE sign down there. We have no idea. Okay. We got some, what are those, willows? So it's kind of, I'm guessing, could be some kind of probably summertime. Let's just go down and see if we can find another sign or something. We might get lucky and it's a Ohio state. We might see a state sign, a railroad sign, or whatever. Okay, that's an unusual looking road sign. No car touching. No car touching. No cars touching each other. Okay? Whatever that means. No bumping. No bumping and no grinding. Unless you're married. Or have somebody that you're close with. That, you know, you want to bump and grind, do all your bumping and grinding. We're going down the road There's another no bumping and grinding sign, it looks like. Yep. And a little basket. So once you're done bumping and grinding, oh no, you're not allowed to do bumping and grinding. You put whatever you have into the little basket. Let's go. It's really cool when you see like a rabbit on the side of the road, or a deer, or goat, or chickens. Looks like I'm heading out to the rural area. Why can't I just find a little town? Like I said, sometimes it's really easy, sometimes it's really difficult. Oh, curve ahead. Now that looks like an American sign. You know, that sign looks pretty common. I know what the sign meant. It said no passing. I'm not a big dummy. But I'm sure some of you can leave it in the comments below. I thought I saw something in the road. So, nice little grassy area. There's a sign up there on that fence post over there. Oh no, no sign. We're looking for signs. We're in a hilly area. Now I don't know what kinds of trees these are. These are from, looks like from a nursery that was planted. Let's move a little bit. See if we can see a name on this house. Els Carrizo or something like that. Well, now I'm starting to think South America. But let's go ahead and cruise on down the road. Ease on down the road. Let's see what this sign says. So we saw a sign that said OSE. We saw a sign that said El Riso or something like that. Another road sign. I'm not breathing too loud into the microphone. Move on down. I hope you guys aren't bored. All right, I'm going to see if I can zoom in. Mouse wheel forward. I don't know. Looks kind of suspicious. OSE. I think it's some kind of place that we're not supposed to be. Oh, here comes a car. Now, the thing about cars, that could be just a distortion from the video, from the camera. The thing about the cars is when you look, you can see, sometimes you'll see something on the door. Sometimes you'll see something in the window, like a registration. You can kind of figure out from there. But sometimes you look in the back of the truck or in the back of the vehicle or whatever, and you might be able to make out where the car is coming from. Like if you see grocery bags from Walmart or beer cans, things of that nature. Like I say, it's a little bit of detective. Sometimes, or usually the license plates are blurred out, but sometimes you'll be able to make out the pattern, like a Colorado from the license plate. So that'll help you figuring out where you are. But this fence post is made out of wood, wooden fence post. Forgot what those are called. I'm guessing so far Ohio. Let's try to get some more clues. I don't see anything out here. Let's try way down the road. If we go all the way down as far as we can and click, it's going to move us all the way up there. Oh, let's go by this farm equipment. All right, now trucks are really helpful because you look on the side of the truck and there's usually a name, it might be a DOT number, etc. Maldonado, Municipal Maldonado. So now, if it's DOT, US DOT usually has a number on there. So we might not be in the US, we might be in Canada, we might be somewhere else. I still don't know. We need more clues. OSE is not enough. All right, now there's some more signs there. I might be able to get over there. Sometimes you click over here on these like dirt roads and it might take you there, but usually you don't. These arrows are indicating that We could usually go left or right. All right. All right, so more Spanish. El Ritono, that way. Capilla, Capilla, Capilla. Ampo. Okay. I'm guessing South America now. Could be Mexico. Could be Mexico or South America. Something was, it could be Spain. But wherever it is, it's very pretty. You see, not just the U.S. Vendi. I don't know what Vendi means. Now, some of y'all might want to say, oh, yeah, I knew where we were. I knew where I was the minute I saw it. You didn't even have to keep traveling. Well, good for you. Good for you. Let's check out this truck. Okay, it looks like that same company, Maldonado. No. I'm going to just take a wild guess and say Mexico. I'm thinking Mexico. Let's click on some more. Oh, construction. Is there going to be a flag guy up here? Construction. Beep, 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 beep. Calle Cerrado. Cerrada is closed, I think. Maquinas, Trabajos, that's work. Mannequins are working, and it's closed. No, maybe the lane is closed ahead. All right. Yep. I'm really leaning towards Mexico now. Oh, let's zoom out a little bit. Who's this guy? Men at work. All right. So it's cold wherever this is because he's got a beanie. It could be winter time or whatever. No, I'm guessing Mexico. Man, this is a nice part of Mexico. These are like mansions. You see that? The big old ranch. Let's go back to this. See if we can see a name on the ranch. Nope. Yeah, some Spanish name. Man, those people got some money, I think. Yeah. There's a sign that looks like a roadwork sign. I'm not even going to turn around to look at that one. We're just going to move on down and see what we can find. Let's move way as far down the road as I can. See what I can see. All right, I'm about to give up. All right, let's just guess Mexico and see. So, go to here, go to Mexico. Now, where at Mexico? It looks like a very fertile area, so I'm going to say somewhere around this green area. Let's go Monterey. That sounds like a rich people area. Big ranches. Let's just guess right there. Make a guess. Skip bad? Oh man. I was way off. 5,000 miles off. See? See what happens when you just think anybody who speaks Spanish or all Spanish languages is Mexico? You can't do that. You got to explore a little bit more. One more round, and then we'll get going. So I only got 21 points on that one. All right. Look at this ugly yellow fence post in the desert with a little oasis right there. Oh, look at that. How pretty. Let's zoom in if we can. That's pretty. That is pretty. It's the pretty desert. Looks like a flash flood came in here and knocked this pole down. But man, is that some ugly post, fence post, yellow. I guess that's to warn people not to run off the bridge. Here we go down the road. Don't sing. I know my buddy Kurt hates my singing. All right, this kind of reminds me of Arizona and New Mexico, but that ugly yellow fence or guardrail, I might think it's Mexico, rural Mexico. Let's see if we see anything on that sign. If I can click right here by the sign, one more time. All right, so we're in a different country because they're in the metric system. 1 kilometer, there's a tree with places to sit. Wow. I think that's more than a kilometer. But we're not going that way. I guess that's a rest area, 1 kilometer. Boy, if only I could fly. Let's look for some more visual clues coming up on some kind of farm. Now, if I can get to where I can see a long stretch of road without a curve, it makes it a little bit better. We're getting into a cactusy area. We're going out to the desert. It could be miles. Excuse me. It could be miles from civilization. It could be miles from the nearest town. Hopefully he's going to somebody out here selling some Coke or something, because I need something to drink. All right, another sign. What was that sign? Oh, 1 kilometer to another tree. Yeah, they put us out in the middle of nowhere. Let me click as far as I can see the road. Click, 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 click. I guess I could speed up the video if I do some editing. No, I'm not going to do that. Why should I have to work so hard? You just sit there and watch me play this game. And it is a game. It's kind of an educational. All right, so we're 20 kilometers probably from Lexington. I never heard of that. Or Lexington or Loxton. And we're on Route 63. So now we could go on this map and look down into Mexico. I'm betting two times in a row that we're in Mexico. And we could zoom in, see if we could see the Route 63 anywhere. 62, 63. All right. So this looks deserty right there. So I'm going to guess, I mean, I could spend a little bit more time. There's a little rest area. Let's go up there and check that out. See if there's any banditos are hanging out. Yeah, nice little rest area with the bugs. Nice little shade tree. Oh, finally some shade. I've been out in the hot sun all day. Finally made it out here. A big old ugly yellow thing. So we're gonna guess. What did I say? Because we're a long way from everything. I forgot what the name of that town says, but I'm just gonna say right there. Let's make a guess. Skip that. Wow, that was Africa. Who would have thought that? Were we on Highway 60? Oh, yep, there it is, Loxton. Remember, that's what that sign said. Yep, Route 63, Loxton. Wow, it's not as dry as I thought it was. See, there's lots of little lakes. So, one more time, last time, and then I'll let you go. You could have left a long time ago, but you're here. Since you're here, we'll do one more. And then I'll upload this video and listen to people's ridicule. I don't care. That is an interesting looking sign. Rocket ships. Rocket ships ahead, and they're coming out of a tree. Rocket ships ahead, and they're coming out of a tree. All right. Sandbars. 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 Sandbars up ahead. Sandbars. What's this sign? Root key. Sandbars and root key. Wow, look at this graffiti up here. That looks interesting. Whiskey. Oh, I think we might be somewhere in Europe. Let's move. RTS. Real-time strategy. Real-time strategy. I love these bus stops out in the middle of nowhere. They're so interesting. Where to go? Especially the ones with the graffiti. Man. It's like, I don't know. What is all that? I need a trash can at this one. Alright, so English letters, but definitely not English. I'm thinking maybe Russian. What an interesting looking bus stop. I'm 6'3". If I tried to go in there, I'd probably bash my head. But that's okay. Ooh, deer. Deer up, deer ahead. 5.5 kilometers, but we're not going up there. We're not going all that way. Man, what an interesting looking bus sign. Let's see what that. Yeah, let's move on. See what we can see. Where'd that car go? I tell you, if it's going the opposite way, I mean, you can click and it's gone in no time. There it is. Let's take a look at these folks. So they're on the right side of the road. It's like a little crossover. Man, they got a lot of cigarettes. If those are cigarettes. And they're saying, hey, there's a Google car. And who would have known it would be some guy in the U.S. named John filming his very first YouTube video, stalking them. They would have had so much junk on their dashboard, maybe. But when you're on a long road trip, you tend to get a lot of junk in your vehicle. All right, I love it when we get up to trucks. Because trucks usually have some kind of information on them. But this one has no information. Now this is what's called the soft side, right? This whole wall comes apart, right? It's like a tarp, and it protects the cargo from damage. So I'm definitely thinking that we're somewhere in Europe or Russia or somewhere not on the U.S. continent of North America or South America or Africa. We're in Europe for the first time. Did I just pass? They call these lorries. I have a buddy that lives in Great Britain, UK, the United Kingdom, and he's always posting stuff about lorries, and I learn a lot from him. Okay, what was that? No sandbars. Wait a minute. I thought sandbars was up ahead. Man, that's a weird looking. What is that supposed to mean? That's supposed to mean, who knows? All right, another bus stop up ahead. No clue. So this might be helpful in case you ever get lost in this country. You know, you might be able to map your way out. Survival. Well, I moved too close. I think I'm too close to that sign. Let's move back here. Try looking at it one more time. Zoom in. All right. We're looking at Wadzwadzu. 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 And Tozki. Pawats. We're in Poland. I think we're Rowski. We're in Poland. Rowski. I'm going to guess Poland. Let's come down here just a little bit. Turn around. See what this sign says. No, I think I got to zoom out. Where'd that sign go? How did I move so far? All right. So in this video, I'm going to guess Poland. Ooh, what was that Jewish symbol? Was that a swastika and they covered over it? Let's guess Poland. Poland. I don't know where in Poland. I'm going to say right in the middle of Poland. Bam. Make the guess. Skip this ad. Wow, was that good or what? 56 miles. That's pretty damn good. 56 miles. That's ski, you know, because they ski a lot in Poland, and that's how I guessed it. So let's view the summary and see how I did. Yeah, I did okay, I guess. I totally missed a few places. Now, this one was the worst one, I think. This Uruguay. I don't even know how to say that. Uruguay. No. That's it. That's my very first video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had fun. And I'm going to make another video and show you what I got going on, what I saw on a different trip. Bye. Don't forget that thumbs up, like, subscribe, and all that other stuff. Shh, I'm recording.